Hi guys, what's strange about your screen, Brenda? Hello, hello. You guys out there? Can you hear me okay? Bummer. I'm gonna take a bite of my tiny 100K bar. I already ate it. Oh, I love that. Okay. I need to sleep, so I started making cards for my card class. Yay! Howdy. We can hear you. Good. Is your screen still funny? What's going on with your screen? Oh, welcome to What's New Wednesday. Hey, we got not a whole lot of new things, but exciting things to talk about. So I'm still waiting on our big old hunky-dory palette to come in. So by next week, I'm hoping that I'll have a lot more things to show you. I do have a few. So we're going to go through those. We're going to have a short demo, and then we're going to talk about our new classes that are up and ready to purchase, and then we're going to talk about what's next. So I got a lot of good things to talk to you about. I didn't say hi to everybody. I see Diane McIntyre and Betty Gosel and Kathy S. I see Brenda, and I see Pam, and I see Wanda, and I saw Roberta earlier, and Thelma. Hi, Thelma. And I know I saw Roberta out there. There she is, Roberta. Okay, so, oh, and there's Sharma. Hi, everybody. So, yes, co-addicts. This is like Crafters Anonymous, except I'm not going to take you through any 9-step programs. You guys are so funny. Okay, so you want to see some new stuff? Let me show you some new stuff. This is something that has been mentioned to me a couple times, once most recently by Roberta. She said, get me one of those funnel trays. Here's one of those funnel trays. I don't know if you guys have seen these. They've been around since the dawn of time. When I opened this business 19 years ago, this was one of the products that we had in the store. So, yeah, they've been around for a long time. I just got a small one in this case, but these little trays are really great for when you're working with, oh, I love them for microbeads. They're fabulous for microbeads. Remember when we did the pens? Because I had a paper plate chasing the microbeads around the pen, and then you had to get them from the paper plate back into the vial. That's not necessarily ideal. This kind of contains your mess in the tray. That's actually what it says, contain your mess in this tray. But they're perfect for microbeads, for regular beads, for powders, for mica powders, for glitter. And when you're done working with it, you just pour through the little pour spout back into your bottle. So it's a neat little thing, and they're cheap and they're useful. It even has a little hanger for your craft room, and it's, I don't know, it's less than $4. So it's a neat little gadget. So we have that available now. These are back in stock. I know that I've had several of you waiting anxiously for the, these are the Embossing Magic pillows. We have another kind of pillow in the store by another brand that I usually like the brand, but the pillows are colored and sometimes the color comes off on your projects. So I don't really recommend those kind. These are the best because it's white and it has white powder. And you will recall this is what we're using when we make our shaker cards, but this is also going to be increasingly important for the people in the stamp group because we are doing lots of embossing coming up here in the near future. In fact, on Thursday night, we are doing lots of embossing, which I know you guys like, so that's probably good news. So Yes, Embossing Magic Pillow is back and listed in the store. This one's one that I don't believe I told you it was here. I just walked by the box and thought, I don't think I told them that's here. We have this Nouveau Glimmer paste that's available. This color has been, we got lots of Glimmer pastes in the store. They are primarily useful for using over, you can use them for lots of things, but they're primarily made for working over stencils. And this particular Glimmer paste has white iridescent glitter in it. Let's see if we can get it where you can see it. Has white iridescent glitter, and it's beautiful. And I haven't been able to get this color for a long time, and I got a bunch of it. So this is the Moonstone color of Nouveau Glimmer paste. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And so we have those in stock along with our other beautiful Glimmer pastes. We're going to do a demo on those Glimmer pastes soon because I want you guys to see how they work. They're really neat. We're going to be doing a lot of work with stencils in the near future because we're going to be using our Jamie Rogers stuff with stencils. And it's a good time to get out some of these other getting some of these other products out that work with. Wanda is like that black hole only with glitter. Getting out some of the other products that work with those stencils, and let's put those stencils to good use and just work the heck out of them because these products are fabulous and they're not very expensive for what you're getting. They're really pretty good. So we'll work on those soon, but I wanted to tell you that they're here for those of you who are already familiar with the paste. I will do it, Pam. I'm going to do it. We have a little demo today on something. These last week or the week before, I talked about the stamp keepers from Kitten Caboodle. They're a little bit expensive. I know, but they are super good. I wanted more pockets for mine, so you guys got more pockets for yours. So I now have a pocket kit to add to mine, and I'm going to start putting my stamps away because my stamps are a mess, and I'm really ready to organize them. So yay! Anyhow, so that one's mine. I think I'll just put that back here instead of risking it goes into a box. All right. You guys seem to really be liking it when I'm bringing in these craft magazines, and I hope whoever gets this one will forgive me. In fact, maybe I'll take it. I don't know. It's really kind of a cool-looking kit in here. But I want to show you what you get in this one because it's a really cool one. If you happen to get one that's resealed, it's not because it's used, it's because I used it to demo. I hope that's okay with you guys. You guys seem to be pretty patient with me. This one not only comes with the stamp magazine, this is an issue of Papercraft, it's issue 189. Every once in a while I get these back issues that I think are really slick. Not only are they just filled with fun, crafty ideas, usually the free gifts in these magazines are worth way more than the magazine. And so the one thing you got to watch out for with these is that the promotions and sales and contests they talk about, those will be expired. What? Oh, come organize yours. Yeah, what? I got to organize mine before I can organize anybody's anything. But setting aside the fact that some of those promotions and contests are expired, these are just a wealth, a treasure of techniques and ideas for using the free products and other things. And in this one, look at this free product that's in here. This is a cut and emboss folder. Look at the size of this thing. It's a 5x7 cut and emboss folder with 2 extra accent dies that work together with the cut and emboss folder. In addition to that, and it's got all kinds of ideas in here. You can see how pretty some of the things that they're doing with that cut and emboss die are. Really pretty. And this comes with a complete, it's called Wrap and Reveal Folding Techniques Kit. Now, one of the things I love about some of these kits is that by doing the kit, you learn a whole new technique that you can do without the kit. You know, you can create yourself some templates and you have another tool for your arsenal out of by learning the tips and tricks. So this is a really cool kit. This one has 80 elements, and it says everything you need to make 5 wrap and reveal cards, plus the embossing folder, plus the dies, plus the magazine. And I don't remember the actual price of this right off the top of my head, but I think it's somewhere around $12. Wow! You can't come anywhere close to buying a card kit, an embossing folder, and dies for the price of that, and you get all the extra ideas. So I've been bringing these in, and you guys are buying them up pretty good. So as long as I know what, um, yeah, exactly, Pam, exactly. So as long as I know that you guys are liking them and that I'm not just going to sit with them on the shelves, I'll keep bringing them in. And I have a few new ones today. We have this one, and I'm not certain this is in the store yet. I worked late into the night listing stuff last night. I've been working full this week trying to get your new projects done and get stuff into the store for our What's New Wednesday. So if there's something you don't see, you can write and ask me about it. Or when I put out the What's New Wednesday newsletter tonight, you noticed I've been better lately. I'm getting my newsletters out. When I put out my What's New Wednesday, I'll link it. Okay. So I have this. This is a really cool kit. But I also got some other new kits that I'm liking a lot. You guys know that I love these tattered lace kits. We've done a couple of them now because I love them. I think tattered lace dies are, without a doubt, the best quality dies in the world. And while they're wonderful, the dies tend to be really expensive. Have you noticed that they've actually taken the price down on these magazines? Our tattered lace distributor from UK has dropped the price of shipping just a little bit, but that's allowing me. I fixed it, Pam, and I found that we had talked about it and I got it fixed. So I found you and I fixed it. Yay me. I'm not forgetting about you guys who say that you don't get the newsletters and stuff. I found some tricks that's fixing some of you. So if you're still having trouble getting the newsletter, don't give up on me, write to me again, and I will keep working on it, okay? I think I have everybody I've been talking to fixed, but if you still aren't getting it, let me know and I will continue to try for you, okay? But I think I have everybody working that I know of. So if you still aren't in there, you tell me, okay? All right. Whew, this is one of those magazines that was packaged right after it was printed. I can tell you when you pull it out of the sleeve, it has that aroma that it was just mass produced and shoved in a mailer. It smells a lot like an acetone pen, you know, a whiteboard marker. So beware of that. If that smell really, really bothers you, tell you what you do. You take this, you put it out in your garage, you let it air out for a couple days, and it will be absolutely fine. It just got packaged immediately after it was made. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm stressing that because I ended up in this big to-do with a customer who swore that our magazine was defective because it smelled bad to her, and she wanted a refund, and it was crazy. So I'm telling you, it has an odor, but it's just a normal printing odor. Open it up, set it in your garage, let it air out. It will be absolutely fine in a couple days. Okay, so anyway, this is Tattered Lace issue number 86. Our price is $19.99. And in this die, I gotta tell you, I love, 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 love the papers and stuff you're getting with this one. Look at these. These are beautiful. This is the actual papers. You just saw me open it. These are the ones that are actually included with the magazine. I think these papers are stellar.
Question, are you going to create a class out of these, or can we go ahead and buy them?
You can go ahead and buy these because the ones that I'm going to do a class out of, I'm not listing. Okay, so that's how you can tell. If it's listed, go ahead and purchase it. It's not anticipated that I'll do a class at this time. If it's not, well, you won't know the ones that I have several issues I'm holding back to do classes from, and I just won't list those, and that way we won't have a challenge with is it or isn't it. Okay, so you are welcome to purchase these. This one has some Savannah type patterns in it, but look at these papers. These are all single-sided, but all of these are coming with your magazine. There's no additional charge for these. And of course, this also has a download. I looked at the download, and a lot of these papers are included in the download as well. So if you're loving the paper, you can make more. These are heavier than a lot of papers. This isn't the real copy paper weight. It's significantly heavier than copy paper weight. It's not as heavy as cardstock, but the papers are just spectacular. And we got the pretty bows and butterflies. Look at all this. This is a huge packet of paper to just have included with the magazine. But wait, there's more. An infomercial special, you know. I love those guys. I love to mock them. I get my kids sometimes, and those come on, I get my kids laughing to where they just can't catch their breath because I mock the telecasts when they're on. Okay, so here's our die. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And they're also sending you a fleur-de-lis embossing folder. So you get the magazine chock full of ideas, the die, all this paper. Look at that paper. This is the most paper I've seen. Although a lot of times they do run them in double sides, so it's probably the same number of patterns, but you don't have to choose which one to use because they printed them all single-sided. And then there's all kinds of fun ideas in here for the die. Of course, there's also all kinds of fun ideas for some of their other collections that they want you to take a look at while you have the magazine in your hand. I don't always have all the other collections. If there's something that's of specific interest to you when you go through, give me a holler. I'll look and see if I can get it for you, okay? But we got ideas to use this die. We got ideas for the papers. You've got the lovely embossing folder. You've got the die, and this whole thing is $19.99. So, and that's for the top quality die in the world.
Diane's question is, does the die cut out the top sheet of toppers?
Yes, it does. And that colored sheet right there, this matches this exactly. If I put it on there right. This is an exact match for this. See that? It's an exact match for the flowers. And when you download the papers, they have several other color palettes that are also available. So fun, fun, fun. Okay. So I'm loving this set right here, I gotta say. You know what my toughest thing is? I'm surrounded by all this beautiful stuff and not taking one of each, that I can't possibly finish everything and still get classes done for you guys. So here we go. All right, let me get these papers in here without sticking them to this flap. Come on, get in there. Stop it. Here. I'm handing these to the guy across the table. All right, let's see what's in this next one. This one is also beautiful. I only get the ones I love. I don't try and get all of them because there's not all of them are as cool. But this one is cool. This one's super cool. This one has the papers actually in the magazine like normal. This is issue 77, and this one is called, I think this is called Blue Iris. And this one has this wonderful iris wreath sort of thing cutting die with it. It has an extra layering cutting die in it. There it is. An extra cutting die to cut layers, see it? And it has stamps that stamp into the center of the wreath. The stamps say, "Wonderful in every way, wishing you well, enjoy the little moments, sending well wishes your way." So very timely messages. And of course, this has papers in it. These will be the traditional double-sided papers, I believe. But look at these papers. You guys love the purples and blues as much as I do. Look at that. Oh my gosh. See, I'm going to have this one because I want these papers. Look at that lighthouse. Beautiful. Some shells. See, you got me at the blue, and then you give me sea stuff on top of it. I'm hooked. Because you guys have kind of noticed I love seascapes and oceans and fish, and I do. There's all our beautiful double-sided papers. This has a huge, huge, huge free download that goes with it. So again, I don't work for HP. I'm not advocating for them, but when the time comes you have to replace your printer, consider getting an HP printer and getting on that HP ink program. It is fabulous to be able to print your work at home, not to have to worry about how much ink you're using, and if you don't use your pages, if you don't use your pages in 1 month, they roll to the next month to a maximum number. So if you are not printing projects in a month, you're not wasting your $4.99 or $7.99, whatever your subscription level. It just rolls to the next month. Your pages do. So I've been using enough pages in some of the printing I've been doing that I'm on a several hundred page a month program now. And they're actually sending me extra large cartridges that I can print these massively large jobs for not a lot of money. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So that is the issue 77. I believe these are out there. We tried listing them just before we started here today. I got one more magazine to show you. Then I have a new die. Then we're going to see a little demo, and we're going to talk about what's coming up. So I really don't have a lot of new things compared to a lot of weeks, but you guys are going to love this. I know there's several of you that love bee-themed things. This is a little girl. She's almost easier to see here. She's a little bee. That's also a little girl. She's adorable. Positively adorable. Are these in zip folders? No, it's just a what do you call it? It's just a regular folder that downloads in just a few well, on my computer, I have a pretty fast computer, but it downloads in just a few minutes, and it's like 32 pages. There's just a massive number of pages in these downloads. Here's our papers that go with this set. We've got this, not yet, Betty, but they're expected soon. This is little bees. A little more realistic bees. Look at the foliage there. That's beautiful. the birds. I do have some really exciting things coming up, so sometimes the downloads are better than others, and some of the downloads on these are just spectacular. That's a beautiful sheet right there. That's gorgeous. Beautiful. I love these kind of vintagey flowers. Aren't they pretty? Nice thing about these colors is you can use these for guys as well as women. Look at those beautiful purples in there. So kind of a vintagey pack there, wasn't it? That's the first time I saw it. Okay, but this also has, just for fun, look, it's got a honeycomb embossing folder. Now, I think that would be very, very useful for a lot of things, but I think that is maybe worth the price of a magazine right there. I love that. And it's a good size one. Might be 5x7, it might be 4x6. I don't know if you hand me a ruler, I'll check it. If you saw our table right here, Bryce is having to reach through tripods to get me my ruler. Okay, this is, it's 4x6, it looks like. 4x5.5. 4x5.5. So almost an A2. It would also work beautifully on a European A6. But again, you got all the illustrations for projects to use with these fun things. I do love the projects in here. You know, I think the project engineers, the paper engineers at Tattered Lace are some of the more talented ones out there. So put these back in here, keep those safe. You got the folder, you got the die. They say your die's worth £19, 99 pence. Multiply that by the delivered to you cost of about 1.4, and you'll see that $19.99 is a whole lot better than paying $28 for the die. The die and the papers, I guess that's what they're claiming. You guys are seeing just, you see how capable I am in lots of areas. You're finding out just how incapable I am at the simplest of tasks. Brittany always saves me. She says, don't do that, just give that to me. Bryce sits over there and watches and laughs at me when I try and put stuff away. I don't want it to get torn up. I want it to be beautiful.
You're supposed to take your ruler and put across the sticky part.
Now that's just too smart there, Kathy. That's very smart. How'd you get so smart? You know, this lady really is smart. She just sent us 2 more bow patterns. I've only tied one of them. I'll show it to you. It's spectacular. And we'll do it. We'll do the extra bows during a class. I'll show you what she's up to, but I will show you the bow I tied using one of her new patterns. Holy cow, this lady's talented. Okay, that one's done. I have one die to show you. This actually goes with some of the dies that we just recently listed. Betty, some of the ones you listed that you purchased were in this collection that used the bird. And this bird is fabulous. It's like a bird in flight, and yet it has little flower petals along the bottoms of its wings. It's a good sized die. Let's see how big this is. The bird die is in font I can almost read, 5.67 inches wide and 4.9 inches high. So he's big and beautiful. And there are some download papers that match this bird. He's fabulous. Look at the pictures in the listing for this one. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Beautiful. So that matches one of the heart sets we brought in recently, and this also is part of the collection that we listed, I believe it was last week. So there we go. All right, that is those. I want to do a quick demo of something for you. Now, you're going to ask me about when we're doing Jamie Rogers. I have everything here to do Jamie Rogers. I'm only just waiting to make sure that the weather's going to be nice to us and in the shipping, and we'll be getting your kits ready for the Jamie Rogers. So I want to show you. These are not Jamie Rogers. These are from Nuvo, but it's the same product style. And I saw these, and they are not available for long. So I decided to pick up a few of them to kind of supplement. These are Nouveau Colors in the style of what we got from Jamie Rogers. The difference with these is that they are mixed color ones. This one right here is one called Falling Leaves. Look at those colors with the blues and the greens already in it. You can put these on, as you know, before spritzing or after. If after you decide you want a little more color, you just go back in and add a little more color. And there is a pretty spectacular background sheet all ready to dry. I love that. Look at that. A little more of the robust color in the center there. Wow, that's pretty. I love the way it has the mixed colors already in it. Now, we also saw Jamie talk about spritzing things from the back, which I had never done before. Spritz it from the back and you'll help control this rolling that the paper's doing, and I forgot to do it on that one. Could you set these out on a blank spot on your table over there? Okay, let's try another one. I'll try the spritzing on both sides this time and see if we can control that buckling a little bit. Look at it, it lays right back down, and I spritz the back. Okay, this next one is called Meteorite Shower. You tap the bottoms, you don't squeeze the bottoms, you just tap. And this has a precision tip. They're getting better and better at these liquid watercolors as time goes on. Give that a little more water. They're getting better and better with these colors, or with the applicator tips as time goes on with these liquid watercolors. You can also use this to paint and things, but it will turn into one color if you mix it. These were just different because of the combinations of colors. And I thought, since you guys were getting such a kick out of the Jamie Rogers, that I would pick up just a few of these to add to our collection, because I'm not sure how long the Nouveau stuff, you never know how long it's going to be out there. Isn't that beautiful? Got the pinks and the blues and some teals in there. I love that. You can also change the colors of these. I don't know if Jamie talked about that or not. I don't recall. Did he talk about you can actually sponge off some of your color then and turn these into pastels? They're beautiful. So there's that one. Here's another. These are very inexpensive too. I just put them up. Can you look at these in the store while I am demoing, honey? I want you to. We put them into watercolor, powdered watercolors. They probably are in. I'm not sure if they're in our March What's New or not. Nice down, nice. Okay. All right, they're $4.99, guys. These ones I'm showing you. And I have 5 of these multicolored ones. This one here is called, oh, I did falling leaves. Whoops.
Then ask, can you stamp with them as well?
I think you could. I haven't tried it. I think you could, though. I think using the same techniques. Sorry, I kind of. This one is not coming out, so I'm going to take one of my pins.
Roberta says, yes, you can.
I believe you can. I think you're right, Roberta. Oh, there we go. Pay attention to the later editions more than the earlier editions on this one, guys. This is more of a jade color. This is called Jade Fountain. Tell you what I'm loving from this. I'm loving where the water's running a little bit. It's very, very pearlescent. Let's give that just a little shot of extra water now. Ooh. This is called Jade. Oops, now I got enough water that it's really moving. I actually kind of like that, though. I'm moving the water on purpose a little bit just to see. Look at the streaming effect of that. That's beautiful. If I were doing this, I probably would mop this up a little bit with a paper towel, and I would try and go for some more of this color running because I think that's beautiful. Okay.
The places for your wet paper.
Ah, don't get on my product. Okay. My table's getting wet enough, or my craft area is getting wet enough here now that I'm just going to spritz a little bit of water right on here. I get my paper wet. Okay. That's a little more on the back here. Sometimes you can do some fun stuff. I'm sure you've seen these demos where they actually put the ink right on their mat. Would you give me a couple of paper towels, honey, please? This one is called Lunar Rocket. This doesn't have as much color in it so far. Let's see what else we get. Let's see what we get when we put some directly on. It's almost acting like a single color. I guess it's there. Oh yeah, now we're getting some grays and some blues, and let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, there's definitely some colors in there. They just were hiding from us. We get some black and some blue-gray, a little bit of red in there. Kind of a marbly color. I don't know. That one's interesting. Lunar Rocket. I don't know. That one, still deciding about. You got no place to go. I'll put it over here. Okay. Wipe up a little bit. I got one more to show you. And this is the golden. Okay.
Hi to Annette.
Hi, Annette. Hi, Mary R. We're playing with some inks a little bit. This is not the Jamie Rogers inks, although these are similar. These are some new ones I picked up from Nuvo that are similar in nature to the Jamie Rogers. I just thought you guys might like to see, since we didn't have a lot else going on today. I hadn't played with them yet, so I kind of needed to. This is gold. This is called golden. My pen back out here. If these ever clog on you guys, all you got to do is just run your pen down them, just like you do your glue. You know, it gets a little piece of mica in there and decides to be naughty. Ooh, I love this golden. I gotta say, I'm liking that. It's got some real, true golden pearlescent with some reds and yellows and browns. These are going to be fun backgrounds. Ooh, look at this stuff we got going there. It almost looks like jungle-y stuff going on there. Give it a little more water in the center. Lots and lots of shimmery gold in this one. That's beautiful. Beautiful. We've been playing with these new Nouveau. These are multicolored ones. And the colors again were golden sparkle. Then we had two beautiful greens. We have a jade in the Jade Fountain and the falling leaves. We had the Meteorite Shower. And then we had the Lunar Rocket. So these are beautiful. I want to try one last thing, and then we'll move on to what's coming up. I want to try some of it on black, just for the heck of it, huh? This is not watercolor paper, so we may find out lots of things on this paper. Let's try that golden again. I bet that golden would be pretty. Let's try that golden sparkle on the black. Let's see what we get.
Andrea is asking, did you get her email from Saturday?
I have looked at all of the emails for the weekend. That doesn't mean I've answered everything yet. I'm sure I did, actually. I'm sure I did. I don't remember what it's about, but I remember seeing it. Okay, that's pretty. Look at that, guys. Aren't they pretty? I love that. That makes me happy. That makes me just giddy inside this black one. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're done with our play with that for today. But I thought, why not? I didn't have a lot of new things to show you. Might as well see when I play with them, because I hadn't tried them yet. Woohoo! Okay, we'll move the mat, dry the table, because we have other things to look at. Okay, I gotta tell you guys, I am totally jazzed about the classes we have coming up. I could not be more excited than I am with some of what we're going to be working on. Wow! Let's take a look at what we have coming up. This is for Thursday. You may have seen them in the store, but if you haven't seen them yet, it looks like I'm buffering a little bit on this side, so give us just a second. We got a brand new internet connection today, so you may see a difference in the speeds that our stuff is coming out to you, because we got a brand new connection, hardwired connection today, so we're not relying on extenders and Wi-Fi carrying our signal through the house. This is the first of our fairy kisses. This is done on this paper. Is that gorgeous or what? Wow! Beautiful, beautiful. That's the first one of our cards for Thursday. Well, it's not the first one. It probably will be the last one. Stamping on vellum with shimmer paper in the background. This was unexpected and fun. I put tape behind the fairy to hold her on and tape behind the best wishes, but this was a little bit too open a pattern to put tape back there, and I did not want to put tape on the entire image, because when I did that, my vellum turned into something that looked more like tissue. But we have this really fun, unexpected finish here. Let me get this up where you can see it. Look what happened in my stars where I put the glue underneath. I love, love, love the way the background color comes through the stars there. It's beautiful. Rocky in church? Okay. So there's our second card. Let's get these up where you can see them. Okay. Here's our next card. How come it's not showing there? I'm in front of my camera. There it is. Sending love. This will probably be our first one. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm loving it. This is Thursday's class, guys. And this one. Birthday wishes. This one's way more subtle, but I still love it because it's subtle. Isn't it pretty? Wowzer! 4 cards in our kit. What you get this week. The kit's a little more, but I'll show you why, what you're getting in your kit this week. Kit's a little more, but it's delightful, and you're going to have lots of keepers out of it. In your kit this week, you are getting the fairy, the Kissing Fairy stamp. You're getting Stardust. Mine are stained a little bit because I was using a hybrid ink pad, and it didn't wash off with soap and water, which I don't care about as long as it doesn't come off on my other things. I don't give a rip if my stamps get stained, but mine did because I was using a hybrid ink pad on them. Because I was trying all kinds of things, coloring and one thing and another. Here you are getting a Nuvo glitter marker as a part of your kit. That is what I used to get my glitter effects around my oval and in my corners. So I used the glitter markers. Different kits will have different colors. I tested all of them on the back of my card to make sure I like the colors before I put them in the kits. But different kits will have different colors, but all of them are beautiful. You're getting 3 of our new cardstock backgrounds. These backgrounds aren't cheap, but you're seeing why they're worth having. You're getting the shimmer paper. Oops. Let's see. Trying to keep this out so you can see what you're getting in your kit. So you're getting the shimmer paper. You're getting a special card blank from Lomiak. That's this one. You're getting 2 6x6 600 GSM cards. 300 GSM cards. Thank you, honey. European A6 300 GSM. You're getting a nice little supply of vellum papers. We're only using one, but I gave you some for practice.
Are you selling the background paper alone or in a paper pack?
The background paper is also available in a paper pack, and those are listed under Fairy Hugs and Lavinia stamps. There's a category in the store, Kathy. You're getting some dull gold background paper. You're getting some stickers. And you're getting envelopes. So what drives up the price of the kit a little bit is the cost of the stamps, and then I didn't spare anything on the value of the materials I put in here because I really wanted to show these stamps off nicely. So when it's all said and done and you've made your cards, you're still going to have all 3 of these to add to your collection. I can link the specialty card blanks, absolutely. I can do that for you. And the stamps, I'll do both. You guys went to town on our Fairy Hugs and our Lavinia stamps this week after our demo last Wednesday. You seem to have liked that demo style because you guys got lots and lots of Fairy Hugs and Lavinia stamps last week. Now, in addition to your kit, I'm counting on the fact that most of you have been in our stamping class, and you're going to need the following to do these that are not included in your kit. These are things we've used before. So these are things we had. You're either going to need your midnight black or your detail black. This is the hybrid ink pad. You don't really have to have that, but you need one of these two. You either need your midnight black or your hybrid ink pad, which we've used before. You have in your kit, if you've been through all of our stamping classes, if you haven't, you'll need to pick up some detail gold embossing powder. We're using opaque white embossing powder. You're going to need an embossing pad because we're embossing most of these designs this time. If you don't already have it, I strongly recommend the Embossing Magic because it makes your embossed images so much cleaner. you don't have as much brushing away to do. But speaking of brushing away, this is very, very helpful. A glitter brush or one of the cosmetic brushes we sell in the store for brushing away the extra powder before you heat emboss. You have some stickles that we have had in one of our kits. I'm taking the sentiments. You don't have to use these sentiments, but I'm taking the sentiments for our cards. Instead of adding another sentiment stamp, I took them from the stamps you already had, and I'm using the layering flowers from Hot Off the Press that we used in one of our early classes. You guys know I like to reuse what you've already purchased instead of just purchasing more and more and more. And then, of course, your stamping platform. And you will need also a heat gun to do your embossing. So if you don't have any of those products, you'll need that in order to have this kit work for you, because we will be using techniques that require the embossing and the like. Questions about this kit before we move on? You like this kit? What did the price run on this one, honey? Can you look that up for me? Maybe you can just link them here so they can see it. It's $22.95. So it's not, I probably made it sound worse than it is. With 2 reusable stamps and the pen, I think it's actually pretty good. But $22.95 is the price of this kit, and Bryce is giving you a link on that kit now. That's for Thursday night. For Saturday, oh my gosh. First, I'll show you what we're making. We're making bunny cards. Now you will notice that my bunnies aren't hooked down. There's a reason why they're not hooked down. Because we weren't able to get enough of... Can you take me off for a second so I have more table space, please? We were not able to get enough of one style of kit that all of your kits will be the same. But I promise you that all of your kits will be equally adorable. It's just that I'm going to show these laying down because they're not hooked on yet. Okay, look at him. Look at this card. Yours will be equally adorable, I promise you. So what we're doing is in class, we're designing the backgrounds, and then you'll choose the topper that best suits that background. So your topper sets from person to person may be a little bit different, but they will all be beautiful. We're making 9 cards. Here's the first one. Get this in here where I can show it to you. How cute are these? Oh, I just love these. I had so much fun making them. I sat down and started making them and whipped through all 9. So here's the base. And then we'll add whatever bunny best suits it. Okay? So there's 2. This is actually a bunnies and flowers kit, so we're going to have a couple floral images, but they will be decidedly Easter. Here's, get him where he belongs. Here's the next one. Whoops. Move my cup out of the way so you can get one more maybe over there. Here's the first of my flowers. So my background. We chose the background papers and things you're getting was a Hamilton family group discussion. I laid out a whole bunch of background papers, and then my family came in, picked the ones that they liked the best for our Easter cards. So Lauren and Bryce had a lot of say in the creation of the backgrounds. Look at this one. Some of the bunnies had chicks. Here's my background paper. The reason that they may have disappeared is that I pulled them to make these kits. So I'm sorry about that. But I actually do have some more of the 3D images coming if they get here in time. So here's this one. The bunnies are just adorable. They're so pretty. Isn't that a pretty background? Oh my gosh. So this kit's making 9 cards. There's our background piece. So again, we're making the backgrounds together. We'll layer up our bunnies, and then you guys will decide which ones you like with which. Did you have a question, honey? This is my favorite one of mine. Look at that bunny with that card. Here's just my background. Isn't that pretty? Ooh. It's the only way that I could get an Easter kit was to abscond with some of the flower 3Ds and all the remaining bunnies too. I confiscated them. This actually will sit on here like this. And look at this paper right here. You see what that is? That's little tiny foiled bunnies. 9 cards. We're going to make them all on Saturday. I think we're scheduled to start at 3, but maybe we should go to 2. What do you think? The backgrounds are not particularly difficult, but there are 9 of them. So what do you guys think? Maybe we won't. Annette, you cracked me up. Aren't they beautiful? That's our bunnies. I love our bunnies. I just have to say, I love our bunnies. So I think in the kits, Bryce actually put these together, the toppers. Didn't you tell me, honey, that each set has 2 flowers and 7 bunnies? Yes. Bryce made did the actual distribution of the toppers, and each kit has 9 cards, 1 specialty card, and 8 A6s, and you'll get 7 bunnies and 2 flowers. And you notice that even the flowers are decidedly Easter. So I think they turned out fabulous. I'm loving this. Now, we made quite a few of these because our last couple of kits like this, our snowman and our Halloween kit, sold out just almost overnight. And then lots of people were disappointed. We made more, but don't get overconfident, guys. If you want this kit, get it soon. Because once this episode airs, these are going to sell out. I almost can guarantee it because they are fabulous. They're saying 2 o'clock's good for them. Is 2 o'clock good for us? You want to go run later or start earlier? Okay, it's going to be 2 o'clock. Bryce is probably frowning at me because with their new software, he has to completely rewrite the listing to change the time. But it hasn't been listed yet. So we're going for 2 o'clock on Saturday. Let's take a look at what you get in this very rich bunny kit. Huh? Over an hour. Okay, we'll be done here very shortly. I was concerned about not having enough content for you tonight. You won't believe what all you're getting. I'm not going to lay all these out because you just saw the cards done, but you get 9 topper sets. The toppers are approximately 3 by 3 when assembled. And of course, then that means that you're going to get foam squares, toppers and foam squares. You're going to get 8 8 background sheets of Mary. We spared no expense on the bunnies. I just got to tell you, we just did not spare any expense because this is Easter. 8 mirror board. You're getting a full sheet of, yeah, you're getting a full sheet of corners and borders. You're getting a full sheet that's called the daisy vase. This is the flowers I scattered around on them. You're getting a full pack with 2 sheets of 7x7 gems. You're getting 7mm, yeah. You're getting 8 European A6 cards and envelopes, of course. You're getting the specialty card and a special Mary insert so we can back that specialty card. Now, again, this is going to vary in color from kit to kit, but I tested them. Every color works with some of the toppers. So each person's going to get a different color in this, but they're all going to be beautiful. I'd love it if you guys would post some of your examples when this class is done. You have an envelope for that one. And then look at all this paper cutting we've done. I've done. I told Bryce, man, my upper arm is so sore. It must have been rowing in the therapy pool the other night. He said, no, I think it had more to do with all that paper you cut for the bunny class. Here's our matting sheets. Here's our background sheets. These are our decorative papers. You're actually going to have 1 or 2 extra, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you don't. I actually took those out, I guess. But here's your decorative papers. Good night, Ruthann. You're also getting Happy Easter stickers, and you're getting almost 5 yards of ribbon. So that's your kit. That is a big, massive kit. Very labor-intensive kit, but absolutely gorgeously beautiful. You are going to love these cards. And as deluxe as these cards are, they still come in, I want to say, at about $3 a card. So even as deluxe as we've made this kit, like I said, we spared no expense on this one. This is Easter. You know, you want really beautiful stuff for Easter. And I spared no expense on them, and they still come in at, what was the price on that kit, honey? Did you see? It's $24.95. So they still come in at like $2.50 a card, which is, that's fabulous. You find anything anywhere close to that for $2.50, anywhere. It's not going to happen. So that's our bunnies. I want to talk to you just briefly. You will not find these supplies in the store yet, but I want to talk to you a little bit about where we're going. In the near future, here's some of the things we're going to be doing. After this week, our stamping class is going to begin working on scenery stamping, and we're going to be working with these scenery scapes from Heartfelt Creations. We're going to be building some scenery, and we'll be doing like 1 new set a week. And we're going to start building our scenery backgrounds and scenery stamping. So these are not all floral toppers, no bunnies. Not yet, Brenda, but if I have any kits left, I have more floral toppers on order, and I have more floral toppers on order. So when they come in, I would be happy to trade one out if they get here in time. But these are what we're going to start using in our stamping class. So we have about a month's worth of classes here. We are going to build up your scenery backgrounds to a point where we can do some ultra fabulous things. You will not have to buy the cutting dies, which I need to say, from Heartfelt Creations, they're expensive. The cutting dies from Heartfelt are $29.95, but they, if you want them, they offer a world of possibilities of other things you can do. So I went ahead and got a few. You don't have to use them, but I have a few of those. I want to show you, those of you who don't do the stamping class with us will not get left out of scenery altogether. If you are interested, I have an absolutely fabulous scenery book from Heartfelt Creations, and you could also get into the act of scenery work by making cards out of the Heartfelt Creations book if you wanted to. The papers in here, you'll get it, our listing online has some pretty good photos, so you can see these close up. I've had some requests that we actually do a paper book sometime, that we actually go in and actually take the entire book and work it through. But for those of you, even those of you who are in the stamping group might be interested in this. And some of the dies from the stamping class will actually work with some of the patterns in this book. Whoa. Well, maybe that was the easy way to go. Let's take these papers out since they're falling out as I work anyway. This book is currently available in the store. I will link it for you. Well, you know, I'm actually going to do it, I think. Maybe I'll just take these out and show you. This is currently available, as are the stamp sets. I'm going to let you go ahead and buy your stamp sets whenever you're ready. It's a little bit of an investment. You can just buy one a week to go through the class, or if you want to, you can go ahead and get your stamps and dies for class anytime you want, you know, budget permitting. So if you do a tax return or something and you want to kind of work ahead, you'll know that for the next month, this is going to be our activity in our stamp class. Is this class team building going to be separate from YouTube? No, it's going to be YouTube. I'm going to do these right. This is just a regular stamping group on Thursday nights. So nothing separate. And everybody's is welcome to join. Look at that message on there. Everybody's welcome to join the stamping group. I will make the assumption that you have certain supplies that we've sent out in the past to our stampers, but I'll try and let you know, just like I did with the stamping for this week, what else you need in order to participate. Can you believe this paper pack? Isn't it gorgeous? We're getting some buffering, so bear with us, guys. That's not us. I mean, our internet connection is hardwired now, so this is Comcast, whatever we got going here now. Boy, we really got some buffering going. Yeah, some of the buffering you're experiencing now is from us. These are some of the images that they're cutting out using the dyes. Nothing says you can't fussy cut them, though. If you want to do your own layering, you can fussy cut, or you can use the dyes to cut these out. Just realized a second ago I'd been showing you duplicates of everything. I'll try not to do that. They have some prepared blanks here that are getting you ready to do 6x6 cards and 5x7 cards. You got some solid papers. Get 2 each of 12 front and back designs. So the nice thing is that you can use the backs without guilt because you'll still have one of the pretty images from the fronts. We also have some design sheets. So these are out there and available, and then you also have tags and accents. Look at that, just completely come apart on me. You also have tags and accents out there. Unbelievably great masculine or feminine cards. You got 2 of those tag sheets too. So that's the paper pack. The paper pack sells for $24.95. You ever once get one of these, you will realize that the paper pack is well worth the investment. It's a bit of an investment, but it's a great investment. So these are now out and on the site. And just to repeat myself briefly, this 4 stamp sets are what we're going to be using the next 4 weeks, starting next week in our stamp class. And the dies are optional, but available. The paper pack is optional, but available. Okay? There we go. On our regular Saturday classes, we have a couple things coming up. I've been promising you that we're going to do flowers. So I have 2 different, I only have one of them here. I have 2 different flower classes coming up. Once again, I recommend that you guys kind of budget for this one because it's really, really useful when we do the roses. It's really useful to have both the rose stamp and the rose die. There is also a rose shaping tool that's completely optional. But this is one you might want to budget for. The stamps are $19.95. The dies are $29.95. It's going to be useful to have both of those when we do our roses. So I wanted to tell you about them in time to give you a chance to do a little budgeting. Okay? Because we try and keep our classes around about that 20 to 25 mark, and this one's going to cost a little bit more, but you're going to have tools that will last a lifetime once you have that. And we are going to make some of the most gorgeous flowers. If you don't already have one, you also want to pick up a little glue gun, because when we do our roses, we're going to be using hot glue. So if you don't already have one, I have a very affordably priced one in the store. What I liked about this one is that it comes out to a really fine tip, which I think is useful. And it is high-low temp. You can decide over time whether you want higher temperatures or lower temperatures, but it is a high-low temp glue gun. And I thought it took standard glue sticks. That's what they said in their listing. Then I got here and it actually takes the little 1/4 inch. So I have some of those on order, but we do have the glue guns available if you need one. I know most of you probably have one, but I just thought I'd tell you these are the things you're going to want for that Rose class coming up. And we're going to do our Jamie Rogers soon. I'll be working on putting together Jamie Rogers class and our Jamie Rogers materials pack. I'm going to assume when I do that you've already purchased your, this is Nuvo, but that you've already purchased your Jamie Rogers watercolors, okay? So I will link those once again in the newsletter. And I'm not sure I have them all, but if I do, I'll repeat the offer for the discount on the Jamie Rogers. So I'm going to do that discount this week. And I think the other thing we're going to do for Brit's Bargain this week is I'm going to go back and pick up another oldie but goodie Brit's Bargain, and we're going to do the discount on the woven iridescent ribbon. I've had some requests to make that available again. So woven iridescent ribbon will be on sale this week. Jamie Rogers will be on sale again this week. And then I'm going to put these things will be linked in the newsletter for you so that you can begin the budgeting for your stamp class and for our flower making class that are coming up. So that's kind of what we have in the hopper and what's coming up in the near future. Do we have any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom? That's really all I had for you tonight. We ran long on the night that I thought we didn't have enough content. Leave it to me. I can always come up with something to talk about. Anybody got any questions? It was a full night, wasn't it, Kathy? Oh, I said I was going to show you Kathy's bow. We're not going to tie it tonight, but I will show you Kathy's bow. This is Kathy's, the one she told me about latest. Well, I'm trying to get it where I can show the whole thing. There we go. I had to get it positioned right so they could see it. Wowzer. Okay. In the absence of any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to say good night, Gracie, and we'll see you tomorrow night. No, yeah, what's new Wednesday? Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night for Fairy Hugs Stamping. Good night, guys. Stay safe.